Hello everybody, this is Smider135, and welcome to Phantasmagoria of Flower review, Toho number 9. This Toho game is actually a little different than most Toho games, and we'll get into that whenever we start on normal, and obviously easy, normal, hard, and really sick, even though things are a little different. And you may notice we have a little more characters than what we normally have. The more characters that you play the game through as, the more people get unlocked, and the more things get unlocked. I still have yet the extra stage, and the extra stage involves unlocking everyone, I believe. And the other one I've ever done is just Rimu. But I'm not a big fan of this game, mainly because later on, there's something on my screen I'm trying to load off. Later on, it gets really hard because the game is literally about attrition. As you can see here, it's not your standard Toho game where you go from point A to point B in a stage and fight a boss at the end of the stage. It's rather a split-screen battle sort of thing. Thank you, Norton. I know it's lagging. You know, it would help if you didn't do that. Otherwise, you know, it wouldn't lag as bad. But basically, the entire point is to outlast your opponent. You do that by sending attacks towards their screen and basically outlasting them. As you can see, they're already getting destroyed. But this bar that we have at the bottom designates how much, what we can actually do. If we charge up to 1, we do a special character-based attack. Each character has a different each character-based attacks. I shouldn't have to explain that. If we charge up 2 or 3, it essentially sends an attack on their screen. As you saw that big thing with the circle and the little talismans, that was sent over because that charged up to level 3. Level 2, and the difference between level 2 and level 3 is it's generally the same, with slightly more bullets, and 2 has reflectable bullets in the sense that when you charge up a 2 or 3 attack, or a 4 attack for that matter, you send out a little shockwave which dissipates any bullets that are around you at the time. When I say reflective bullets, it means that those bullets can be cancelled out by that little wave that you do. If you send out a 2 attack, those bullets can be destroyed. If you send out a 3 attack, however, those bullets cannot be destroyed. So, there's a lot of game mechanics and a whole bunch of just mechanics that you have to understand to actually be able to play the game. Well, not to be able to play the game, but to be able to play the game, I guess, effectively, quote-unquote. But, I took a look at the wiki, and I'm just kind of like, I'll just do what I have been doing and just attack. Because that seems like my best bet. If you defeat a boss... Oh, I didn't explain level 4. When you charge up to level 4, it sends a clone of you to the opponent's screen, as, you know, we've seen when we fought the opponent on our side of the screen. And it sent a version of us over there. Now, if your enemy uses a 4 on you, you can actually cancel out the 4 by using your own 4. You should probably take a drink of water. I'm probably gonna do that right now. With one hand. You can cancel it out with your own 4, which essentially means that the first one to throw out their boss tactic when both of the competitors are at 4 is generally the one that's going to be at a disadvantage. When you defeat a boss or a Lily White, because Lily Whites will occasionally come out into the stage and will shoot bullets on screen everywhere. If you defeat one, 3 of those point blocks will fall. One of them will have a G on it, which essentially gets you full gauge. Gets you a full gauge. The second one is a blue one that says EX on it, and EX attacks are essentially attacks that while you are destroying enemies are being sent over to your opponent's side. If you notice on the opponent's side, when sometimes when we attack, these yin-yang orbs appear. That's Reimu's EX attack. And if you notice sometimes, like say when we were fighting Lyrica, some orbs would have come on screen and it'd be red and, you know, would try to destroy us. As you see, Ryzen's EX attack are these little, like, flashy orb things. And, when you get the EX attack, it sends a crap ton of those over. So, maybe, like, you end up sending, like, 2 or 3 yin-yang orbs over at a time. Actually, a little more than that, but... Ow. Something of the sort. But the last one, it was a red one, which essentially is just a point score. After certain points are reached, you actually do get gauge up. So, yeah. What is this one? This one's the X. Look over. So, oh, how did I not get hit? Now, in addition to the whole, you know, charge and shooting things, you don't actually, like, hold down the button to fire. You just kind of tap it and it fires out for a little bit. If you actually hold the button, it charges. But if you're probably thinking, you know, oh, you have to charge up to level 4 before you can actually use a level 4 or level 3 or level 2. That's not necessarily the case. The designated bomb button, which normally is X, I'm playing on a controller, can actually fix mine. If you press the designated bomb button, it will automatically fire the highest level gauge attack that you can do. The downside to this is that it completely empties your gauge, so you can't even fire level 1 shots. But, you know, it's not like you can't not get it back. You can get them back, you just have to keep killing people. Essentially, when I said game mechanics and stuff like that, like, all the strategies that are involved, I really don't know. I looked on the wiki, and apparently there's, like, strategies involving, like, these little light butterflies that involve charging and slowing down, and that little barrier that comes around us when we slow down, it freezes those, butterflies, so we're able to, like, use them for attacks or something. And if we don't use them, they end up firing shots at us or something. I don't know exactly how it goes. Oh, hey, it's a gauge. Let's send a 4 over there. Oh, wait, we didn't even use it. Jasmine tea's pretty good. Actually, have I ever had jasmine tea? No, I don't think I've ever had jasmine tea. And it's Marissa. But honestly, I've been a little hesitant to play this game in particular because of the attrition part, and later on, if you can probably tell from like the previous Toho games that I played, as time goes on playing these games and commentating over it, I end up losing not my focus, but I end up becoming too paranoid that I end up running into bullets. And at this point, like, eventually, the density eventually starts getting so bad that I'm just like, I establish when I can win and when I can lose. I was practicing yesterday, and I would get to points where I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. And then would immediately die 5 seconds later. Oh, and when you get reduced to 1 life, you automatically get your gauge full, but sometimes there's a little glitchiness that if you're charging up for an attack and you use an attack right as you get hit, you won't actually get your full charge, and it kind of sucks. And as you can see, that was kind of a case of boss reversal there. I got rid of her boss and she sent it right back at me. And I died. Generally, when lilies come on screen, you want to fire at the lilies, and it gets rid of them faster. But if you can get up close and personal with them, the shots that you shoot out become more frequent, so you're able to shoot them and kill them a lot faster. But you actually, if you end up dying, you actually get a second chance before you actually lose a life. Those little yin-yang orbs on the side over there on the top left indicate how many lives we have left. The little flower on the top right is how many rounds we've won out. And so far, we've won none, and we've won one. Ah! Take your boss back. I don't like Marissa's EX attack because I can never dodge the stupid back lasers. Yeah, I sent them all back. I don't know what actually affects it, like sending a boss back. In the sense that, you know, just not doing anything like using your boss attack or anything like that. I believe maybe it's something to do with points. I'm not exactly sure. But as time goes on, your attacks actually increase. The little numbers on the bottom by the gauges indicate how strong your normal attacks would be. And by normal attacks, I mean the normal charges like 2 and 3. The more you use a 2, the stronger it gets. As you can see, our number was 6 before, and now it is 7 because we were able to effectively send out a, oh, hey, she's dead. Good. We were able to send out a 2, and it increases the more you use an attack. The one on the right is, I guess, your shared, something about sharing numbers which increases as your, with your opponent. But now we're getting into the actual storyline. And we meet a new character. Actually, have we seen Aya throughout the series? I don't think we've seen. I don't think so. Traditional reporter of fantasy, Aya Shimimaru. Essentially, the head reporter / editor-in-chief of the Bun Bun Maru newspaper. No one ever reads the paper. It's quite sad, actually. As you can tell, Aya's main thing is speed. Ouch. And actually, as you go on, the damage required to take down bosses and take down regular enemies actually increases. So... And also how much damage you take from said enemies also increases. So if you get hit really early on, you'll maybe get like half an orb taken down. Ouch. And the more it progresses, maybe you'll get taken down by like maybe an orb and a half or 2. But honestly, this game, the reason I've been kind of hesitant to do it is because I've kind of made the whole rule thing about like a one clear continue. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Basically, continuing the game. I mean, not continuing the game, like beating the game with one continue. Not getting a game over, and that kind of stuff. Mainly because the stories kind of require you to do that. But since the story is kind of half cut off, and you'll only understand half the story, I was kind of like, okay, there's that, but there's still the pride about doing it, you know, one time, one clear continue. But then I thought to myself, you know, let's just play through it and get to the end and see how it works. It turns out this game actually doesn't matter, it doesn't care whether you get to the end in one continue or not, as do the most games to actually give you an actual good ending. Because there's no actually good or bad ending, it's all just ending. And it all matters on whether or not you beat the boss. And that's really about it. Where's that cheese? essentially, the way I used to play was basically just kind of rush the ever-loving crap out of the enemy. But to be perfectly honest, the whole attrition thing is really kind of the best way to go. Because as long as you can outlast them, they will die. Whether they die before you is another story entirely. See, as you can see, didn't even need to, didn't even need to wait until, like, she started firing everywhere. I was hoping by being quiet I could manage to beat her and actually focus, but it turns out that wasn't the case, and I was too slow on the draw to actually save myself at that far. So I might as well just keep talking. Go away, Lily. Nobody wants you. I'm actually starting to play really sloppily now. No. I may do the actual little add-on. Actually, it wasn't much of an add-on. It was more like a spin-off game that has to do with Aya. After this game. I don't know why. I used to have like a hatred for Aya, but now it's kind of like a... It's... Ouch. It's... Ouch! God dang it. No. Die already. Yes! At least I haven't continued yet. Because I'm going to need most of my continues for the boss. And I do believe that, let's see who is this. Okay. This is Komachi. Is actually the, ferryman of the Senzu River. Essentially, she carries souls over in the river, in the Senzu River after people die, and escorts them to the, I think it is it the Ministry of Right and Wrong? Essentially, she brings them over to a courthouse where they're decided whether they're good or bad, and whether they go to hell or whether they go to heaven. And she tends to slack off a lot. But there are 9 rounds that you have to go in this game. So I don't like Komachi's EX attack. There's just the absurd amount of just CDs that fill the screen. It's supposed to be coins, I know that. Since she's a ferryman, you know, It's kind of like the whole River Styx thing, where it's like, you have to pay the ferryman to get you across. And she just throws coins at us willy-nilly. Why are we not grabbing the coins? Reimu is poor. We need money. Ouch. Oh, we got an extra life. Send another one over. Sometimes it's questionable whether to actually either go ahead and use the bomb button. Yes! Use the bomb button, or actually wait and charge, because sometimes you're slacking off Komachi, and there's her boss. I didn't actually... I forget the whole point... Episode final. The point of the game storyline, I guess, is something about the flowers are blooming and there's a crap ton of flowers. And the reason that there's a lot of flowers is because a lot of people have died. And these are human souls in the outside world, which essentially means our world. As she's saying, you know, flowers have a strong affinity with souls, bright souls reside in sunflowers, and friendly, lonely souls reside in red spider lilies. And then the violet cherry blossoms and such like that. So basically, a lot of people dying over here, maybe there's like some kind of war or something going on. And they're being resurrected over there in flowers. And all the spirits are kind of like, hey, flowers, you know, stuffs. Judgment of 60 years. She is also the person who judges you, whether you go to hell or heaven, by the way. That little rod in her hand is the Rod of Remorse. I think it's like she hits you with it, and you get hurt depending on, like, how bad you've been or something like that or other. But anyways, cherry blossoms once again. And the fairies actually get a wardrobe change. The wardrobe that the fairies wear are actually supposed to be similar to what Shiki is actually wearing. And apparently, Shiki's, like, Yamazando is not her, like, full name. It's like, oh crap. Or it's not like her real name. The Yama in front of her name is supposed to be like a title, sort of. So I guess this, you know, say your name was just like trying to come up with an accurate thing. Take John Smith. If say you were like some kind of officer, I guess you could be like John Officer Smith, or just Officer Smith, sort of. I guess, I don't know. Judge Smith. The point is, I'm gonna die. Her name is like Shiki Zando or something. Shiki Iki. And she only lost. She even lose one? I shouldn't even lose one. Now, Shiki, the only way I was able ever to defeat Shiki yesterday was Attrition. So I'm gonna have to outlast her right here. Rather than actually using all of my things at once, I'm gonna actually wait until she sends out bosses. And I'm going to counter those bosses. It's gonna suck, but that's how I won yesterday. I think. I'm pretty sure. And she said the boss. Now you can actually tell what she's actually sending after you if you actually look up when the screen flashes and says warning. Because the actual level 1, level 2, level 3 attacks that you actually use, or actually level 2, level 3, and level 4 attacks that you use, actually have a name. As you can see, that one's the class Dragon. Dragon attacks are the level 4, Fairy attacks are the level 2, and Witch attacks are the level 3. So just in case, you know, you needed a quick know-how to see which one she's sending after you instead of just waiting for it to kind of happen. And there's a Lily. This is gonna suck. Yeah, she canceled it. I'm done for. Well, have you learned yet? Your sin isn't something as small as this. You must still repent much more. At least we made it here before we actually had to use continue. This is probably the only one that I didn't mean to do that! Now I don't even have a level 1. Probably the only one I'll ever continue in because pride. Well, actually, maybe the fighting game. Because I don't know, does it matter in the fighting games whether or not you continue? That's really been the entire thing, is just whether or not it actually affects the ending. Is really why I haven't really continued before. I think I'm repeating what I'm saying because I don't have anything else to say while I'm trying to dodge bullets. I can do math, like the whole Yojana thing again. And she sent one after me. And me without the even level 1. Oh hey, I managed to cancel it somehow. And so did she. How did I do it yesterday? I was certain that I held out and just kind of canceled her boss tactics when she sent them out. But I'm not sure if that's really a good idea. I'm dead. All I have to do is just calm down and focus. That's all I have to do. But then again, things like that are easier said than done. Ah! See, look, I'm starting to mess up and do really bad now. I just ran into a bullet. You gotta focus, me. You gotta focus. Also, Lily Black, because uniforms. I want that. She got hit once. Just send me everything. And she's sending her, she can get her. She's got one hit left. Or not one hit left, but one orb. And regardless of whether or not you actually take a damage that will be 3 orbs or 2 orbs, if you're at 1 orb, you will always be reduced to a half orb. No, go away, Lily! Go away, Lily! I'm gonna go ahead and use my thing and grab this full gauge. Can't! Ah! If she can't, I was gonna say, if she cancels it, I have one that can easily, and she's sending one now? Well, I guess it'll be effective if it actually gets me hit. It didn't. But thanks for the gauge up. I feel like this would be fun to play with somebody who actually knew what they were doing. You just be taunting back and forth. And just... So how are you guys doing? It is currently Monday. Should be in school, but apparently another giant ice storm was supposed to happen, so we got out. And apparently, it's supposed to be bad, because this morning I woke up and there was, like, ice on my windows, and that's normally not something that happens. Like, it was like the windows were entirely made out of ice. Get out of this death corner. Yes! I wasn't even paying attention to how much health she had. Sometimes, I'll admit, you just have to get lucky. I was hoping that was going to be a G. Find an opportunity, find an opportunity. Dang it. And I canceled it somehow. So now I'm left here, open to anything. She took it down. And there's another Lily. Ah, and she sent it. Trying to get rid of that Lily. I needed a G. Ah! Yes! Sometimes you just need luck. Because as we all know, luck triumphs over skill. Any day. And that's the sad part. Actually, this one wasn't as long as the other ones. At least the ending scenes, I think the words don't go over. At a hidden border in the mountain recess, isolated from the human village. Over at the Hakare Shrine, the cherry blossoms bloomed, as always in springtime. In the end, however, the flowers throughout Gintokyo still continued to bloom. Ugh, it's no use, no matter how much I sweep and sweep. It's nice to have cherry blossoms blooming and all, but it'd be nicer if they didn't drop their petals. Not to mention, it feels like the sides of my shoulders have gotten lighter. I wonder if they've been possessed by something. Nah, it can't be. I'm a shrine maiden. It's no use. I'm done cleaning. I think I'll start a one-man viewing party. Hey! Don't slack off in your own job, too. Looks like you can't say anything about Komachi anymore. You said you wouldn't slack off this much. What are you talking about? I can't help. What are you talking about? I can't even take a break just because all these flowers have to be blooming? And on top of that, what about your own job? These flowers haven't returned normal yet. The cherry blossoms are blooming. We're taking a break. Also, the number of ghosts coming from the outside world have dropped off. After this, we'll ferry the accumulated ghosts little by little like usual. That is, if Komachi doesn't slack off. Like I told you, the workload has been too much to handle. I've been trying to keep my own pace. Oh look, it's Komachi. What are you doing here? Are you loafing around? Miss Shiki said we're taking a break. And why do you think all these ghosts suddenly increased in the first place? Not to mention these are ordinary ghosts, right? These ghosts are ghosts that haven't realized that they're dead yet. They're nameless ghosts that held on to attachments on their life, even after death. It seems that something big might have happened in the outside world. Yes. I don't know what happened in the outside world, but if there are this many, I'm certain a large number of humans, if not all, have unexpectedly died. Like from a huge earthquake, or a large volcanic eruption, or a large tsunami, or from a war. In any case, things have calmed down, so as the ghosts decrease as time passes. The flowers will return to normal. Now, if only the cherry blossoms wouldn't drop as many petals. By the way, are you planning on doing a few good deeds? Oh, you said I wouldn't be able to go to hell, so maybe I will. Yes, it's very important to have a constant dedication, such as showing restraint when eating sweets. Or try to stop wasting used tea leaves as much as possible. Or if the rice cracker gets damp, be sure to toast it first before you can eat it. Yeah, a shrine made in good deeds, or something along the lines of that. Well, I suppose that's fine. But first, you should start by acknowledging the sins of your actions. A living creature in sin for as long as he lives. No, a living creature is in sin for as long as he lives. After that, the way you faced your sins in life becomes crucial. If you forget what you've been taught once you die, you'll end up bothering the Shiki to where she'll smack you into the Sunzu River. So be sure to stay as you are now. Oh look, it's Komachi. Whatever happened to your job? Aren't the cherry blossoms still in full bloom? Shiki, haven't you noticed Komachi like twice? Yes. When are things going back to normal? Give me a break. The Grim Reaper of the Sunzu River and the Yama were unable to return Gensokyo's flowers back to normal. In the end, the flowers of Gensokyo continued to bloom. However, the Shrine Maiden was no longer impatient. Ultimately, the abnormal flowers will decrease as the ghosts cross the Sunzu River. The sunflowers bloomed by humans with cheerful personalities. The red spider lilies bloomed by humans with sad personalities. And the violet cherry blossoms bloomed by those who committed acts of sin. Will surely return to normal before the summer arrives. If the outside world returns to normal, the amount of nameless ghosts will naturally decrease. The equinoctial week of illusions as seen by the outside of humans were returning to normal. Congratulations, ending number 1, and I can stop reading. Was that supposed to be like equinoxial? Is that even a word? Having to do with like the equinox, I'm sure, but whatever. We beat the game, Phantasmagoria of Flower View. This is a little shorter than normal. Normally the games take about an hour. This one took about 40 minutes, not 40 hours. Oh gee, 40 hours went by that fast. I should be in school. Yeah. Ah well, this one's done. I don't have to worry about it ever again. Well, I mean, extra stage. I think the extra stage, you have to beat it without, like, continuing, possibly. Maybe that's the whole stipulation. But regardless, it's not like I'll beat the extra stage, right? I don't even think I've done the PCB and the IN one yet. I should have done those like a long time ago. Next stream. Oh yeah, it did better than my one from yesterday. Well, considering the fact that I only used one continued today. Rather than, like, I think I used 3 yesterday. Can't actually fit my entire thing in there. Yeah, the extra mode doesn't unlock. We do have a match mode, though, which we can do stuff. But I don't think we unlocked any new characters. Nope. Play versus a friend. Versus the computer. We can play familiar versus human. It says for twisted people, but it's essentially you're playing on the right side rather than the left side. You can watch the CPUs play each other, and you can then play somebody over a network. Oh, dang it. Didn't mean to do that. Ah. CPU yokai. Oh, no! Oh, okay. Oh, I got so scared. It, like, stopped, stopped responding, and I looked at my recorder, and it, like, I was afraid it was gonna, like, shut off, and I was gonna have to do this all over again, and that wouldn't have been fun. Let's do familiar versus human, and let's try one, actually. Let's try the red spider lily. But I guess the people we have are these many people. We're actually missing, I think, a couple of people. I know we're missing Yuka, and people don't know about Yuka. I usually play as Sakuya. Oh, wait, no, this is my opponent. Let's try Yomu versus Sakuya. We can play in my area. This is Sakuya stage. essentially, I don't think there's really any difference other than the fact that you're on the right. I could be wrong, but it does give a little different kind of one of those, you know, something's off kind of dealio things. But we completed the game, and after this little, I guess, match, I'm shutting it off, I guess. Oh, that's right, we're in Red Spider Lily territory. But, Taku actually moves still pretty fast, even when focused. That could be a downside. Oh, okay. This is actually 2 out of 3, I believe. So, we're not done yet. Well, at least we got this out of the way. I'm happy for that. And it's starting to left. So I like happy. At this point, I've run out of things to say. It's like, I'm trying not to die. To actually like to try to see if I can actually hold my own against a lunatic. At least in this mode. I know I can in this mode, because this mode is all about just dodging stuff, rather than the actual, like, normal games when, rather no, I meant games. In the normal games when, it's all basically heavy memorization. And while heavy memorization is pretty good, since I can normally memorize spell cards pretty well, I don't know, it just doesn't seem... I'm going to wait until she at least loses 1 orb. I will not be content until she loses 1 orb at least. And I'm probably going to die before that happens. Yeah, I'm dead. There was no getting out of there. Oh well. No, let's just change character. And just exit out of here. Thank you guys for watching. This is Phantasmagoria of Flower review, and I guess I'll catch you guys next time in I don't know, the next one. Guess I'll see you guys then. Sorry for, like, I can't even end this thing well.